What it do, bruh? Talk of the town, Nintendo, Doc Trey, still holding it down, still make the best games, and you know this, bro. It's the truth. You don't like it, you can have that seat up. You see? You see? Now, y'all thought I was just hating on the PlayStation 4K when I said it was a bad idea for consumers and really for the industry as a whole. And when I reported about the other dude that said it was a bad idea, y'all thought I was just hating. Y'all thought he was just hating. But according to this, most developers ain't feeling the PlayStation 4K. Now, this is from Colin Majority. I always say his name goofy. You guys don't know him. He used to write for IGN. And before that, he used to actually be a mod on the IGN forums. I know because he used to unban me all the time. Anyway, so yeah. According to his sources or their sources, developers aren't really happy with the PlayStation 4K because there's extra costs, planning, and other things associated with this. Now, people were so pumped for news about how powerful this thing is that they didn't sit back and think, maybe developers don't like this idea. Now, I know what you guys are probably thinking. Oh, well, why wouldn't they like the idea? They were the ones, they wanted the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One to be more powerful than they ended up being, which is true. However, they wanted them to be that powerful from the start. That doesn't mean that they wanted to have to develop for the regular PlayStation 4 and another PlayStation 4, essentially making two versions and more work. That is not what they asked for. And apparently Sony is hearing about it now. The thing is, when these companies get on top by such a large amount, they think they can just do whatever. And this is not just Sony, even Microsoft, even Nintendo. I mean, when Nintendo was at the top and then all of a sudden they bust out with Wii Music, like sometimes these niggas, when they get their head gets a little too big, they think they can just do whatever. And apparently that's what Sony's kind of doing right now, because it's obvious that they didn't really listen to developers before they started the development of this. Unlike the PlayStation 4, which apparently they listened to everyone and did everything right that they could have done, and magically this seems to be starting to reverse everything because these niggas don't like it. Now, there's multiple reasons why, aside from extra work, of course, that they might not like this. Now, we've seen the pretty much the prerequisites for this the other day. Now, it's saying that developers must release, going forward, I guess from September or October on, all PlayStation 4 games must come with a regular PlayStation 4 mode and the Neo mode, right? No exceptions. And neither version can have they have to have the same feature set and all this stuff, right? Now, what about the developers, or even some of the smaller developers that don't have the money or the manpower to make essentially another version? What happens to them? I'll tell you, some of those people will just outright cancel the PlayStation 4 version or port it somewhere else where they don't have to make two freaking versions just for technically one SKU. Then you also have those people that might not want to take advantage of the PS4K and pretty much have both versions be the freaking same. Then you're going to have the PlayStation 4K owners crying foul and bashing the developer, talking about how lazy they are and not buy the game at all. then of course the fact that you have to make both versions. Now we've seen that apparently the GPU is a massive improvement over the original PlayStation 4. Is now past a 4 teraflop GPU, up from 1.8 teraflops. If you have to make if the same games have to run on both, that means the PlayStation 4 is technically holding the PlayStation 4K back, because if the GPU is that powerful, it should be capable of games that the PlayStation 4 can't run well. And that's a fact. Now, what I see happening is either they will eventually have PlayStation 4K exclusive titles, and then the owners of the regular PlayStation 4 are going to be screwed and pissed off, or so that they have both versions and that there's a difference, they will purposely take what would have been the PlayStation 4 version, make it a little bit better for the PlayStation 4K, and then pare down the original PlayStation 4 version just so the leap looks bigger, which is pretty much terrible for original PlayStation 4 owners. Yeah, I don't think Sony thought this through like at all. How'd that see?